LB. I'm still on my stream with Chris. So I'm gonna let Roberto and LB talk for a bit, and I will be right back, guys. Roberto,
What's
how you
up with
doing?
that?
What up, Roberto?
What's up, gentlemen? What's going on?
Man, yeah. Talk about unprofessional Anzo.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't prepared for this. I
Yeah,
figured, we're gonna start a little late because Anzo's running a Mac, and dum-dum-dum.
yeah. Man, we're not Batman, bro. We're Batman. We need prep time, bro.
You know what I mean?
No impromptu stuff, but sh- should be good. Should be a good topic tonight.
I don't even know what it is, but how you doing up where you stay, LB?
Oh man, everything cool, man. Just
It's-
trying to make it in life.
The world's on fire, yo.
Man, bro, I saw that like 100 degrees in England, like, bro.
That's crazy. 45 degrees in fucking Spain, Portugal. People,
Yeah,
1,000 people died in Europe. That's some crazy shit, yo.
right. And then like you got the people that just deny that climate change is happening and don't want to do anything about it. It's like, bro, the when this is happening, something has to be happening in this on this planet.
But we've had some whack weather throughout history,
Yeah,
but these temperatures that they're hitting have never been reached before. So that argument ain't very strong. The
right,
deniers.
right. And it's like, okay, you see these temperatures happening. Like there are countries that aren't prepared for this. Like me in Florida, I'm prepared for temperatures that's around in the hundreds because we got air conditioning.
Hmm.
The way things are built. But countries like England, they don't have that.
No, just like when I was down in Florida and it was cold. You guys weren't ready for that. You guys don't have no
Right,
heaters.
right. Like
It
we
was
we got
shut down.
we got the heat in the central air, but like man, we ain't we rarely get cold weather down here. So like if it get to your kind of temperatures, bro, we going
No,
crazy.
you're finished.
Yeah.
You
What's
gonna shout out
going
to the
on,
people,
guys? What
Anzo?
is up? Absolutely. Let me just fix over this to get the real logo up there. I want
Cheers.
to shout out to the people in the chat. Are you drinking tonight, man? I ain't got no alcohol. You got to text me, bro, and be like, yo, I'm going to be
Yo,
drinking
hold
tonight.
on, hold
No.
on. Anzo,
Yes.
what show haven't I had a juice?
I don't remember you having one last week.
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. I don't know.
Oh, yes, I did. Oh, yes, I did. For whatever reason, I have a juice, some nuts, some melted ice cream. That's my lick every Wednesday night.
All right, and let me shout out to the people in the chat. The Big O Show, thank you for popping in. Mads Mama Bear Entertainment today, thank you. I haven't seen you on the show before, but appreciate you coming in. Mystic Shadows, Tony Robinson, Jesus, and Angelica's. Thank you guys for
Angela
popping in
sells
once again.
homes.
There you go. That's it.
What'd you smoke
Come
tonight?
come on, bro, get it right. Angela K
Hey,
sells
listen, I
homes.
just came off of another stream, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But that's
This
why I
is
got you
it.
guys here for to correct me when I'm
This
wrong.
is
You
it.
know what I
What
mean?
up,
Did I
Angela?
say
What's up?
perp? Perp, what's up?
What's
Yep.
up,
We need to
people?
quit letting stupid people make decisions. That's her comment. Oh, we're gonna discuss a few topics here. I know Roberto don't know them. I told LB what he had because he asked. First off,
So basically, people, he's telling you that I didn't ask him, so he didn't tell me. But yeah, go ahead, Anzo.
what?
I'm
You know
good.
what I
That,
I'm
that,
good.
mean?
that's
I
that's a
like
great
shit on the fly.
that's a great way to run the show, Anzo. Don't tell your
Hey,
panelists the topic. We gotta
my
ask.
my co-host always says he likes to be, find out on the fly. He likes to
Yeah,
do it
I
like
like
that.
that
So
shit.
I was just going with the flow. You know what I mean?
Because
Um,
sometimes I can give an unprepared opinion or perspective when that shit
mhm,
happens. Hopefully, it's nothing that
absolutely.
I had to watch.
There is a video to watch, though. There is a video to watch. The video that we have will be of a cop tasing a black woman, and I want to get you guys' perspective on it because I watched it and I was like, I won't say what I thought, but I want to know what you guys say about it. And the other topic that I have
What up, Andre?
is, what up, Andrea? How you doing? Is should we support black people, whether we agree with their um, political views or any type of views or whatever, no matter what. Those are topics that I have, and then other stuff if we have time to go into them. So we'll
You didn't
see.
see that shit
Should
I
be a good
sent
show.
you?
I did, but it's gone. They took it down.
You know why they took it down?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But that
It was
shit like made me say, what? Let me share this with Anzo because I really want to know his perspective on what was said. Did you?
I
Oh, you
believe
didn't
it.
see it?
Yeah, I seen it. I believe it.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah, I
fucked up,
believe
huh?
it. 100%.
That's
Huh?
fucked up, ain't it?
Yeah, yeah. The only problem I had with it looked like it was like somebody who like took a picture of this and then put their mouth on it to say that stuff. So I didn't really necessarily think that it was like
Be
actually a
it as it
KKK
may,
member saying it, but
but be it as it
there's
may, what
truth
he
to it.
said was like,
Yeah, yeah,
what the
absolutely.
fuck, yo?
Absolutely, there's truth to that. Absolutely,
Cool.
100%. They want us to kill ourselves, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like you say, they send the video like they don't really have to do anything. KKK doesn't really have to do anything anymore
Just sit
because
back, throw some liquor in the neighborhood, and do this. That's what he basically
yeah,
said.
yeah, there's we watch Boys in the Hood, we watch those movies. There's a liquor store on every corner. There's this on every corner. You know what I mean? There's a gun shop. So we notice the situation. What do they call it? Gentrification. Yeah, that's what it
Is
was.
that what they call it? We can get,
Mm-hmm.
the American perspective from our American guests.
we already know what LB is gonna say. But LB, what do you think? What do you think?
What? Give me some context here, because I haven't seen what was sent.
So, because they took it down, whatever, but it's basically a video of a KKK member saying that they don't really have to do anything anymore. They just put alcohol stores in the hood and guns and let the black people kill themselves.
It sounds like something they'll say. But I mean, yeah, there's liquor stores. I wouldn't say that. I mean, where I'm at, there's not that many like gun shops like that. But yeah, I mean, the gist of what they're saying, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's sad.
Absolutely, 100%. And again, like we as black people, we got to do things to change that as well. Those narratives and stuff like that. And that's the reason why I have that video to put on there because, well, you guys will see when we put it on there. But the first topic that I really wanted to discuss and get into is the part about should we be supporting other black content creators for whatever they do, regardless of whether we agree with their views or not. What do you
No?
think, Roberto? Okay, I want to hear you.
What for? Because they're black?
Yeah, yeah, because they're
Uh,
black.
my parents didn't raise me like
They
that to just agree with everything and do everything that's black related because that's not right. Because some of those things they might be doing isn't appealing to me, might be counter to what I think, and I can't support that. I don't
so
think
here's
a
the
race or go ahead.
no, I was gonna say so. Here's the context of why I asked this question, right?
Mhm.
Like you're not on Twitter or anything like that, so you don't really know. But there's this thing going on right now. It's the Rippaverse, right? And it's a black guy who created a comic book. It's at like 2.7, $2.8 million right now that he's brought in, right? But
Okay.
I don't respect some of his views. I don't. I think he's very detrimental to some of the things he says and talks about us as black people. And for that reason, I can't support it, right? That's my problem with it. Hey, I'm happy the man's making money. You know me, Roberto, we from, we never knock anybody's hustle.
Hmm.
You do what you got to do to make your money. That's it. You know what I mean? But can you support something that you don't agree with?
No.
I can't. What about you, LB?
Um, it to me it depends on the context. In this context, for me, for one, I got to put it out there because like I've had some of my subscribers reach out to me and ask why I'm not talking about the Rippaverse, and off top, I don't read comic books. Like I don't care
Mm-hmm.
about comic books. Like if you're into comic book, that's cool. We all don't like the same things and whatever. So that's your business. So for me, that's not red flag, but like one reason why I'm not supporting it. I'm not into comics. Number two, And like you said, I don't agree with probably about 95% of the things he says. And there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with what somebody says and not agreeing with what we're saying. But like he associates with people that whole gimmick is everything's woke, everything's racist against white people, blah 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 blah. And whenever something with black people or something, they got something negative to say. And it's like, if the Ripperverse was, let's say, he was trying to create a movie or something, not a comic book, I wouldn't support it because it's like, look, man, I'm not putting my money into something, my hard-earned money into something where I know the people behind it are like not really for us. And
Right.
it's like I mean, I don't feel the need I need to support you because you're black or whatever or whatever. But like, if I feel like if you're putting out a product and you're a black content creator or something, and I'm like, okay, they're doing the right thing. I'll throw some bread if I can afford it towards it. Cool, but I don't feel that way about it. I mean, I'm happy that he's like he doesn't like how comic books are, so he went ahead and put out something that he wants to do. I'm
So,
happy for that because
I respect that.
I'm all for people that want to be entrepreneurs and want to be creative and do something that about something they don't like. But I mean, for me, like I'm not into comics and all that stuff. So it's like I'm not just gonna be fake supporting or act like I'm supporting and stuff. It's like whatever, man. Hi,
Ashley is here. Ashley, what's up? How
Ashley,
you
what's
doing?
up?
What's up, Ashley?
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Long time
Glad
no see.
Andrea, what up? What up? What up? What up? Yeah, I was
glad you can
gonna.
make it.
Yeah, I'm gonna like turn my camera on. Hold on, let me move my shit. That's what I'm
Did
doing.
you
I
hear the
was just
question?
on.
Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
what's no? Because I was talking about the fact that in quotation marks the Snyderverse has now been restored, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
um, no, what we're talking about? The ripoff verse.
Well,
We're
we're
talking about.
talking about basically should we support black content
Mm.
creators that
Oh
you
yeah,
don't have political or you don't have the same views as?
I don't think. I mean, yeah, you can support people that your views don't align with, but if your views are completely diopposed to what I believe is against black people, black culture, and you say things that I find very upsetting and harmful, no, I don't need to support you. You're whack. And I mean, congratulations to making your money or and doing your
Mm-hmm.
thing. I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
ever knock the man for doing that. Do I
Hustle.
need to read it? No. Do I find that the art is a little derivative? Yes. Do I find that you just hired someone who worked for another company and it doesn't really seem authentic and real to me? Yes. And then and in your ad you only talk about what your comic is not. You don't tell me what it actually is. That's another thing. I like it's just like it's all based off like this negative platform. It's not this, it's not that. You're not really telling me what it is outside on your website. That little synopsis that you give me in your ad, you don't talk about what you're doing. You only talk about what you're not doing. And to me that's like a negative agenda. And no, I don't really care. And hopefully I'll be the comic that he was going back and forth with on Twitter. Hopefully I'll be interviewing him really soon. We're working on that, to try to talk to him and to look at what he's been doing and things like that, because I'd rather support people who who I feel like aren't out here like putting
Uh,
out disgusting hateful messages, you know
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
but
And I agree
and
with you.
essentially and
Yeah,
by
go
and
ahead.
inherently your comic book is woke, because the definition of woke is black art, black consciousness steeped in black culture. And is that what you're doing? Essentially,
Right. And
yes.
again, we already got into that how they stole the woke from us, the word and
No, but
everything.
I'm
So we've
talking
done the
about no. I'm
yeah.
talking
No, no, I
about
know
like
what you mean.
Ripa's actual. Oh yeah. Like his
Mm-hmm.
actual work, by the true definition of it, is
Right.
woke.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And you see, that's the thing with me. It's like, hey, man, you making that's good money. Congratulations. But I watch people like that and they co-sign things that like Ryan Kennel says, and I can't fuck with that. You know what I mean? Like there's only two good white men in this movie. You know what I mean? Like come on now. And then you want to
Ryan Kendall
co-sign
says a
shit like
lot
that.
of stuff. Like if there's like one
Eh,
of them that I would say, oh, you are definitely an ist,
racist.
it's him
Oh,
because of the things that he says.
hey man, I watched one of the streams one time, right? And I kid you not. Someone was in the chat and they were like, "Oh, hey, they want you to say the N word." You know what I mean? And he didn't say it, but he was smiling and giggling like it was a joke, right? And I'm just sitting there, I'm thinking, you say the word because anybody that would like if I'm in the chat and they say, "Hey, I want you to say this derogatory word," I'm gonna be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna say that." You know what I mean? That would be the first thing to come out of my mouth. Like, nah, sorry, bro, I'm not gonna say that. But when you don't
Yeah.
say stuff like that, then that shows me that yeah, in your own free time, you out there running around saying the word, guaranteed,
Yeah, he
guaranteed.
does. And he called Leslie Jones a gorilla.
Yeah,
You see?
right. I mean, they spent they're so quick to say anything we say about a white person. Or we could say that white person's hair looks ugly. You're racist. But then they on their channel talking all kind of noise about black women in Star Wars, like saying all kind of ridiculous stuff, like and you associate with that stuff. Like, look, I'm not telling another grown man who you can or cannot talk to, but like people don't need to be trying to what's the word for it? Trying to guilt trip me into supporting something because they're black and they're not doing the woke thing. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Absolutely.
just like I don't, yeah, like I'll never be like, oh, you're, like put the man down for like doing his own thing, like doing it or whatever.
Mm-mm.
But I don't need to support it. I don't need to buy into it. And I don't. I'm also sick of the argument that like when somebody like comes at him who is also black, oh, you're just putting down another black man.
Like,
Okay,
no.
that only goes so far. Okay, if you are completely out here saying reckless stuff, I don't care who you are. I'm going to call you out on your nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
don't like throw up my blackness as a reason why I shouldn't speak up against some other shit that somebody else in my own community saying. I'm sorry. Like,
Right.
don't do
Mm-hmm.
it. You know what
And
I
like
mean?
Mm-hmm.
and like what we're talking about right now is we're not putting down a black man. We're discussing what's happening, right? Compared to
Mm-hmm.
what they do, they put down black people, right?
Yeah, I'll
Right.
never say anything about him personally. I'm sure he, is probably a good family person, takes care of his family, all that. To me, if I'm doing that, that's me putting him down or like
Mm-hmm.
coming at
And
him and, twisting his words. But nobody's twisting his words. His words are very clear and they're there. So we're only using the
mm-hmm.
things that he said and put in and holding up a mirror to him. That's it.
Right. And I was watching The Amazing Lucas the other day, and that was brought up. Someone asked him about the Riververse, and he was like, "Oh, I can't stand that guy. I want to see everything he does fail." I don't care. I don't want to see that. I don't want him to fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not looking for a man to fail. No, man. Get your dough. Do what you got to do. I just personally, because I don't like the things that you've said and I don't respect your views, I can't support it. That's
Yeah.
me. But I don't want to see you fail. I don't care.
No.
You
I,
because
I I'm
you
like,
failing or succeeding is not going to have any effect on my life. So get yours, man.
I
Get
agree
yours.
100%. Do
Yeah.
your thing. Like,
Yeah.
congratulations on, all that, the sales, the donations, all everything you've done. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
mean,
saying?
I look at it like, look, man, if your comic book company succeeds, there's another black business out there that's succeeding. That's how I look at it,
Mm-hmm.
which is good.
Absolutely. 100%. And that's why, like, when we get to the, and I know you kind of agree with them on the race and Ashley too kind of agree with them on the race bend stuff, and you don't really like it. But I'm on the level where it's like, hey man, I'm glad to see a black man get the shine to play this character that they probably wouldn't get to play ever. So yeah, let me see it. We've had so many interpretations of, let's say, a black Superman, that if you wanted to give me a black Clark Kent, I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. I'm just not going to do it.
Saying,
I
but
will
we
go
have
see it.
what we have Valzad. Like, we don't need a black Clark
You
Kent. To
see,
me, that's
right?
pandering. We have
But
black characters. Instead, I'm just saying, like this is my thing. Like, amplify those characters, which is important to me. Like, if I see something and it's race bent, I can get on board with it, but I'm not necessarily like excited for that. Like,
right,
like, show me characters that are already black, um,
and
and put them on screen, or even, in the process when we're creating new characters, elevate them. But like, we don't always need to just be like, oh, let's make Clark Kent a black man. That makes absolutely no sense in
Right.
the
we see
grand scheme of
you
things
said
when
right,
you
but both
already
you
have a
hold
black
on, hold
Superman.
on. Yes, but hold on. I'm telling you, yes, 100%. There's already a black Superman, but outside of comic book geeks, nobody else knows there's a black Superman.
I mean,
But I'm just
That's what I'm
saying, but
saying.
if you
Like,
elevate those
we know,
characters, you support them and
yes,
you up them across all medias. What I'm
100%.
saying is,
But
if you turn Clark Kent black for a film and he's still white in the comic books, and you go to the store and his toys are still white, who is that servicing overall in one medium? It doesn't work.
and
Is
and
what I'm
it
saying.
to me,
Elevate the
but to me,
character
it
and
does.
promote the character because it already exists. Because if he's still white here and he's still white there, it doesn't do anything to elevate
But
that
you also
character.
know, that if they did do that, you are going to get a black Clark Kent toy. It's going to come out because they're going to be catering to black people.
Yeah,
Now, the
for that
problem that
specific film,
and I have no problems
across
with that.
all
I
mediums.
ha- I have no problem with that because I've had so many alliterations of a white Superman that if you wanted to give it to me for one or two, three films, I'll gladly eat it up. I'll say sure, I'll do it. I have no
See,
problems
like,
with that.
I
You
just
can do both.
I just, like, for me it's like, it's like, for me it's about, yes, I want to see more diversity on screen, but I don't necessarily want you to go in and like just flip a white character just so you can like check off a box. Like, there are characters that exist in the source material that you can use, and you can elevate those characters and make them
Yes,
big characters.
and I
yeah.
get that, but people think that just because they're doing it to click a box. Maybe they're not doing it to click the box. Maybe it's just
If you
something that
I'm
they
just
feel
saying,
that they want to do.
Even though
Like,
Aquaman makes sense in the comics, he still has blonde hair and blue eyes, so it's still pandering in a sense because he doesn't match his counterpart.
So
Is what I'm saying.
let,
If
let,
you do, if the characters don't line up and it doesn't match, then what's the point at the end of the day?
but if it doesn't affect
In
who the
in
character
media,
is, then it really doesn't matter.
I think
so
a black Clark Kent in Kansas is kind of silly when you already have a black. That to me is like, you already have a black Superman.
so let me like, my thing is, it's from a straight creative standpoint. To me, it's the ultimate form of laziness. And I know a lot of people use this reason to why they do it. It's because they, they already have an established character and they don't have to build up a new character. And to me, that's also lazy. Because, for example, Marvel Studios probably uses three, maybe $400 million, not 400 million, yeah, whatever, $1 million on marketing movies. If they want to make a new black superhero or one that they already have, they have the means to market and promote these characters. Like, they automatically, like, I don't know why people automatically think making something new or making something unknown won't work. Like, nobody knew who Guardians of the Galaxy was. Most
I
people didn't
did.
know. Come on, Ashley.
Right.
I
And
did.
and
I
I
said
have
you are
most.
comic book.
I'm
absolutely
talking about most
hold on.
people. I'm talking about
And
most
you
people did.
absolutely you
Most people didn't know who Ant-Man. Like, a lot of these characters, most people did
A,
not know.
a
But
lot of people
people,
and
don't
you are
didn't know who
correct.
T'Challa was.
You are correct. But when
right?
did we get Guardians
A
of the
lot of
Galaxy? In
people.
phase
Blue,
two,
yeah, thank
right?
you. Blue
They didn't give it
Marvel.
to us in phase one. They gave it to us in phase two
I
after they
mean,
had established their universe, right?
But
They didn't give us they didn't
also because they felt that female characters were not viable.
But I wasn't talking about female
As a
characters. I said
team.
Guardians of the
There's
Galaxy.
females on the Guardians of the Galaxy who had a
Okay,
big
right.
role as a
But
team.
right, and Wonder Woman came out, and then they realized that it was, and that's why we got. But what I'm saying is, they didn't take that chance in the
No,
first
Captain
phase.
Marvel was already
Okay.
it was already in production before Wonder Woman came out.
So-
but what I'm saying is in the MCU, it was about women characters not being viable because who the Marvel Studios president was. Kevin Feige always wanted to do it.
So
Okay.
I know that, and he
But-
almost quit because they didn't want to do. But that was my point. They seen that the Wonder Woman was profitable, and even if they had,
Wonder Woman.
hold on, let me
But
finish.
I'm
let me
saying you're
finish,
using
let
that
me
as an
finish.
argument, and that's not.
But you're not
true,
letting me
Lonzo.
finish, though.
You're saying that they saw Wonder Woman was viable.
You're not letting me finish.
Captain Marvel and
I
Ant-Man
wasn't
and the
even
Wasp was already in
Can you let me
production.
But that's
don't
my
use
point.
that point.
Even, hold on, even though it was in production, doesn't mean they thought it would be viable. They only realized it would be viable after they seen what Wonder Woman did, and then it was like everybody was on board at that point. But before that, not everybody was on board to do the Captain Marvel movie.
Yes, it was. It was in pre-production. The film was already going to be made.
So why did Kevin Feige have to pretty much quit so that he could get those?
That was that was almost in 2015.
But
okay?
that's my point.
But that was because he was not the president of Marvel Studios.
Okay,
he was not over.
The
Luke
president
Perlmutter
of Marvel
thought that.
Studios.
Okay.
Exactly.
Kevin Feige always thought the characters were viable.
I'm not talking about Kevin Feige though. I'm talking about the higher ups.
But it had nothing to do with Wonder Woman. But it had nothing to do with Wonder Woman.
It had a lot to do.
No,
with
it did not. That is a misconception because that is
that
not
he was going
true.
to quit, and it had a lot to do with.
No, because 2015 happened. Okay, Captain Marvel and Ant-Man and the Wasp was already set to happen. Okay,
right.
It has Wonder Woman 2017 has nothing to do with that.
So
just like Black Panther.
So like to finish my point, like what I was trying to get at was like, okay, Marvel Studios used a bunch of characters that the general population did not know of, and they made it a success. So why do these people feel like it's too hard to make black characters that no one knows and turn it into a success?
I'm not saying they can't. I'm saying Marvel had a lot of more leeway to do it than DC did. Right? DC, their movies are getting pandered. People are not liking their movies. So it was harder for them to be like, because they could have done fucking John Stewart Green Lantern movie. They could have done that. Right? But
technically, no, they couldn't because Jeff Johns has veto power over Green Lantern. So if anybody wants to create a Green Lantern movie, he has to give the okay. And that's how it works. But I'm giving you an example. They could not do a Green Lantern movie. I'm giving you a fact and you don't want it.
If he wanted to do it, he could have. Right?
But he was out as the overseer, is what I'm saying at that point.
But I'm just trying to explain, like, you got to understand, even though you're saying that they got to oversee it, but my point is, if they actually really wanted to do it,
do a Green Lantern movie. You brought up an example, and I'm telling you,
so why
they could not actually make one because
so
Jeff Johns owns the right. Okay, 2012, before the architect of the DCEU. I'm talking about since that time. Okay, when it comes to John Stewart and the new architect of the DCEU moving forward. Before that,
okay, Ashley, whatever.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay,
well,
then I won't give you the facts.
The man that had the power.
What
I'm saying is the man that had the
if
power,
you don't want
the man
the
that had the rights to
I won't give
it. If he wanted to do it, he could have let them do it. That's my point.
So I mean, for me, like,
and if Jeff Johns is not in charge, he's not going to give that power. Is what I'm trying to explain to you. So I'm saying your point that you're making is not a valid point because it's not on the table.
All right, so like for me, like I was using Marvel Studios as an example, but I'm just talking about overall in Hollywood, right? Mm-hmm. And this kind of rounds it back out to your original topic. If you put out a movie with black characters and good movies, black people will go and support it. And I mean, it's proof in all of the black movies in Hollywood that black people go and support. So it's like you have that base that you get for that movie, and then you have the general audience, non-black people that's going to go see the movie. Like, this stuff ain't hard. This Hollywood and TV, they're just lazy. They just like, you know what? Let's not try. Let's just swap this character, and cool, people will love it.
You see, I agree with you 100%. I agree with everything you're saying. But if you know that I can make a new character, right, that's going to get me 400, 500 million, or I could do a Black Clark Kent that could possibly get a billion. Because in their eyes, that's what they're thinking. They're thinking Black Panther money. I'm not saying us, I'm saying their eyes. They're thinking Black Panther money. They're thinking that that would fly. So if they have the opportunity to do a movie that's going to gross 500 million to the chance of it having to maybe get a billion, they're going to take the billion one.
Oh, I look, I fully agree with that. They're lazy. I mean, and I hate it. And I honestly, I wish more black folk in Hollywood would speak up about this. But like, people just want to get a check, and it's not happening. You know,
Mhm.
I'm a creative person. I like original things. Like, I don't want hand me downs. I don't want your sloppy seconds. You know, I want something new that I could watch, be happy and proud of. I don't want to go watching a movie. Oh, they only did that to make, to check a box, which, like, they will deny it. But like, let's just be real, bro. Like, that's all it is. It's like, let's throw them a bone. Let's show them
Roberto,
that
you've
we
been
kind of
quiet. What do
care.
you think?
You guys are talking stuff I know nothing of, so I'm just listening.
Well,
The
what do
only
you
thing
think
I could
about?
say is I don't like when black people speak for black people in a whole. You can't speak for me. I'm an individual. I have my own thoughts, my own opinions, and it really ticks me off when someone comes up and they're usually so off of how I feel and say, this is how black people are and this is what black people think. No, we don't all think the same. We're all different people. Because when you
So,
talk
would
like that, it's a stereotype. Like every person that sees you mistakes you for somebody else and says, "Oh, you all look the same."
would you have an issue with a Black Clark Kent?
Deep thoughts.
That's a tough question.
To
I would
answer,
have
let
to
me tell you.
side more. I would have to side more with if there's material out there that's not getting exposed, expose it. Because
Mhm.
this is you're piggybacking on something that's already out there, and I feel that material these days, that's all they do is piggyback, piggyback, piggyback. Even with superhero movies, they go beyond their first, or they go before the first one they launched, and then they jump 2 years after the first one. Like, they're all over the place. Unless you're really into it, you get discouraged because it's like, man, this is like fucking homework.
Ashley, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Um, do you
If you feel me.
are you aware of the Fantastic Four comics that they put out these days, or if they still do them?
Yeah, they still put them out.
Oh, is Johnny Storm black in the comics?
No.
My point exactly, people.
And let's talk about and how many black Johnny Storm toys are there
Right.
for a period
There
of
were when
time?
there
For
were
a
when the movies came out.
small, but that's the point.
To
That
promote the
doesn't
movie.
that doesn't help the children in the long run to have little superhero toys that look like them that are on a grander scale. Is a point. If you magnify specific characters and make them big and elevate them to the next level, and you make them valuable, right? That makes those characters bigger. That's the
Maybe,
point.
but maybe, but most people know Johnny Storm over Val Zod. And when
And a
kids
lot
go
of
to the
people didn't
store,
know who
and
T'Challa was, and now they do
and
because
when
of the
kids go to the
movies. So
store,
that's a silly
they
point.
go with
Who's
what they
T'Challa?
know.
Mhm.
Black Panther.
Okay.
You know
Trying to
what
get
I mean?
involved.
So that's what I'm saying. Is I go to the store, they go to the
I
store,
mean,
they know who Johnny Storm is. They don't know who Val Zod is.
honestly, like this
Well,
is
they
a
would if they make if they make a movie about him,
Not
right,
if it flops.
like they
right,
did with T'Challa.
right. I mean, this is a discussion that needs to be
Yeah, but
had.
No,
T'Challa has like
T'Challa
Hulk.
was not a high level character. He
No,
was
but he
not.
has a history though that people know. He was in Do the Right Thing. You know what I mean? They talked about him in Do the Right Thing. He has a history
And the
that
Guardians of the Galaxy had no history. Nobody knew who they were. Going
I
back to
know
your
that.
point.
I know that.
So
600,
And
you can
600
Guardians
million.
elevate
and Guardians
characters.
and
You can
Guardians of the
elevate
Galaxy
characters that don't
and
have a big audience and
and
make them big.
yes,
So there we
100%.
go.
But Guardians of the Galaxy had a 5-10 years of movies before they came out to where
No.
No, that's a silly non like
Okay.
removing
it's
the
true though.
goalposts.
Okay,
Removing the
Anzo.
It's true
goalposts.
though.
Anzo,
If
what
you make
about?
a good film,
No, go ahead, Ashley. Go ahead.
people can buy into it. Okay, a lot of people
Yes,
didn't know
I
who Tony
agree.
Stark was back in 2008. A
Right.
lot of people didn't know who Captain America was. Okay, or Thor was.
Right.
All right, so
Like,
let's
Mhm.
go all the way back here. All
But
right.
right,
but that but hold on.
I
unless you
knew
But
who
were
they
even
like
were.
though hold on,
me
hold on, hold on.
and
It's
chill and
exactly my
outside.
point.
But
Exactly
I'm
my point.
talking
Even
about
though
normal
okay,
audiences.
right,
Okay.
yes, but people know of them. They may not know the
Okay,
full
there's
stuff,
there's
but a
no
lot of
point in
people
us
know
talking
of
this because
them.
no matter what I say,
They
you're gonna
know of
just
them.
okay.
like this is just like a
Valzad has
hamster
what,
wheel.
3 comics?
No.
I had no idea who the fuck Valzad was
Okay,
until
all
I
right,
heard him on the
but
stream.
you knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. You knew
I'm
who the Eternals
I'm
were, right?
I'm going to be real with you. 100% real.
Did you know
I
who
I
the Guardians of the Galaxy were, Onzo?
Yes, I knew Guardians of the Galaxy.
And you knew who the
Eternals,
Eternals
no.
were. Okay,
Yes,
then.
actually,
so
yes, yes, yes,
to be
yes, I
real
did.
with you, I didn't know who Iron Man was when they made the movie. I thought they was like biting Ghostface Killer because he went off
Well,
the Iron Man got like I
mhm.
knew who Thor was because he had the Thor versus Hulk cartoon. Like Captain America and Hulk was the only two that I knew of. I never heard of a Hawkeye. I never heard of a Black Widow.
Well, I
The
used to buy
Avengers, I
Hulk.
didn't know. Yeah, I'm
I
just
knew
saying,
all
but
of
like,
I'm
these
saying
guys.
me personally, I used to buy Hulk comics. I used to buy
right.
comics back in the day. So I knew who Iron Man was. I knew who
I
Captain
knew all of
America
them.
was. Right.
But like the general audience didn't.
Didn't.
Like the mass
Okay.
majority didn't. They was like
Right.
B-list characters.
Right. And I'm not agreeing. I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is they were more known than a Val Zod or Calvin Ellis is. Even back then, they were no people had the
I
cartoons. You
mean,
watched the cartoons; were featured in some of those fucking old Marvel cartoons. So
they,
people knew who they were.
I
They
just
knew of them.
but yeah, I mean, they got to put in the work. They got to put in the work if they want to
Yes,
make
I
black characters
agree.
work. Yeah,
But what
You know
I'm,
what they
but
got to
yes,
do?
I
They got to
agree with you
start
one
making
hundred percent.
movies of the villains.
that
They
too.
should do that, but
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the Rhino. I
well,
love the
the
Rhino from
Rhino was in the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man movie.
Yes, I
He
love
was in
that
the
villain.
last Spider-Man movie.
No, but I mean, make
You
a
wouldn't have
movie
liked him.
of him. How he came to
Well,
be, how he
Morbius is
really
supposed
fucked
to be.
Spider-Man up.
You see, Morbius is supposed to be a villain movie, right? But the problem is, and Venom too, but they make them anti-heroes. And that's the problem with the
Hmm.
way they're making those villain movies.
and they don't have Spider-Man.
And they don't have Spider-Man in them. I mean, I didn't have a problem with Spider-Man not being in Venom. I understood that it was like a different type of take on it or whatever, but it's Venom's a bad guy. I think you could still do a Venom movie and have him the bad guy. Like you could do that, but they try to
I
make him
like I don't.
anti-hero
It's hard to like to do who Venom truly is. It's hard to do Venom without
without
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
They're
Yeah,
they're,
yeah,
they're
I know. I
one and the
agree.
same, almost connected. It's just weird.
I agree. But I didn't have an
Just
issue with
like
the movie. I
Craven.
took it for what it was.
Well, look, you make a
Well,
movie of the Joker. There's other villains you can make movies of.
mhm, I agree.
Yeah, that's not a Joker
I
movie.
agree.
That's
I
just
mean,
like an artsy fartsy
Thank
guy
you.
who
No, I'm just
That
saying
looks
we
like he's
that
they
a
we
just
agree
they
superhero.
about.
just put
That
it out.
so
They put
like,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
out,
no, but
right?
that we agree
but
with. That's not a Joker movie. Facts.
yeah. So what we're talking about here, like I said earlier, it's a deeper discussion. But the problem is also it gets mixed in with the people that don't want to see black characters. Period. You know what I'm saying? So like what we're trying to say gets ignored by a lot of people. But yeah, I mean, I wish more people with like clout in Hollywood would speak out against this nonsense because it's just ridiculous. Like we deserve better. We deserve new characters. Like I don't know many Marvel characters and DC characters, but like if you bring up one of these unknown characters and make it good, I'm gonna go support it and go see it. I like Marvel.
And I'm on the other spectrum where I don't give a fuck. You want to give me a black Clark Kent? You want to give me a black Justice League movie? I will be there first day to watch a black Batman and a black Superman with an Afro puff Wonder Woman kicking ass. Yes, I will watch that and feel no way about it.
Be some
Now, my
bullshit.
problem, my problem would be if they, even though you guys say it's pattern, I don't think it is unless they actually start putting all kinds of stupid shit in the movies, right? I always say, if you follow a story, if you do the story first and you have a good story, then you can put little secrets, little pandering shit in it, whatever, as long as the story outweighs the fucking pandering shit, right? Because every movie does it. It's
What would
just
be pandering to you?
like every time you see him, they say, "Hey, look, there's Black Superman." You know what I mean? They call him Black Superman, or something like that. He's eating fried chicken and shit and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Then drinking
Stereotypes.
Kool
That's
Aid and
not
watermelon,
pandering.
and that's racist stuff too. But I still think it's kind of pandering because that's what Black people do, right? So they're trying to give the stereotype. And hey,
When
look,
you're
guys, he eats fried
pandering, you're
chicken.
like you say things like, "Okay, I'm not going to talk. I'll have a
No,
great
listen,
stream.
go
I'm
ahead.
leaving. All right,
Don't,
bye."
Ashley, don't
No, because
leave.
like Anzo's pissed at me or whatever.
No.
I'm not pissed. I'm not pissed at her, but it is what it is. All I was saying is like
You guys are playing tennis.
those type of things you put in the
Shit.
movies, and I feel like but that's just my opinion. So, LB, go ahead.
This is what we do on the show. Everyone speaks their opinion.
Come back,
That's all
Ashley.
it is.
Yeah, man, we here having a
It is what
discussion,
it is.
man. We're in the barbershop. We at the cookout.
I
Eating
want to know
some.
why the fuck Chillmonger thinks
People,
I wear Echo. What the fuck is that?
people gonna get in their feelings. I guess I don't know, man. But my point is like, you just don't let me finish saying what I'm saying. It's cutting me off. Like, let me finish, then I'll let you talk. But whatever, it is what it is. LB, go ahead. What are you saying?
Nah, man. I mean, I think I've said what we had to say. And, you can circle back to the original topic and close that out, or move on to the next. It's your
I don't
stream,
know how
bruh.
we got here, but I did a hell of a lot more listening than talking. I don't know who the fuck you guys are talking about.
Well, the next topic, you will definitely have some stuff to talk about on this one. As long as I can bring this fucking video up without my
But this shit's gonna
shit
speed you
freezing
up and
on me.
cut you down.
Yeah, it might. It might.
Oh, I got you,
But
Chillmonger. I got you.
But yeah,
oh, the
while you
rhino.
pull up, I just want to let y'all folk know that might be listening 1 second and then leaving, who go reporting to these people. We're not dissing Young Ripper. We're not hating on Young Ripper.
Oh, absolutely not.
We praise his creativity. So anyone that wants to
Mhm.
go down that angle, you can miss me with that.
Well, I mean,
That's who
I
that guy
know
is
there's
who wrote the comic.
yeah, his name's Ripper. His name's Ripper.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I know people that fuck with him, and like, I'm just saying, like, for me personally, has nothing to do with what he's doing. Like, we were like, oh, hating on his success and all that, and has nothing to do with that. Do your thing, man. Congratulations. More power to you. Hope you succeed in everything else you do in the comics. I just personally, I don't agree with some of the things he says, and that's my issue.
I think you took a
So
little speed there, Anzo.
Yeah. I mean,
then I
we all ain't gonna agree with everything. We could disagree. We don't gotta like everything. We don't know.
That's the problem, LB.
Yeah.
It's not about, sharing your opinion. It's about you don't have the same views as me. Something's wrong with you.
Right.
X.
Right. Like I have no problem with a person who does not share the same views as me. Like no problem at all. But I don't gotta associate with you. Like
Exactly.
yeah.
you
And
feel
change the
me?
flavor up, Don't always bring the same flavor to the table all the
Yeah.
time because it gets played out after a while,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear
Like
this shit
Absolutely.
every day.
as if we can have the same views, but if your views includes the disrespect of my people, then we have a problem. we have
That and trying to get my views to be the same as your views.
yeah.
Like you're relentless. You're
Exactly.
Jehovah Witness all over me. I can't take it. So either I gotta knock you out or cut you off. I choose to cut you off as much
Yeah.
as I would like to knock you out. You know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
people need to be knocked out because they feel like they got some power to avoid getting knocked out. I talk shit all the time, but people just walk away, man. Back in the day, I used to get knocked out. My shit must be getting strong.
I feel you. All right. So I brought the video up. I'm gonna play it, and I want to hear what you guys have to think about it.
It is not your
Oh,
right.
yes, it is.
It is not your right.
Yes, it is.
Do you want to sit in my car?
No, I don't want to sit in your car, and I'm not sitting in your.
That's
No,
what
I
it's gonna
call your
go to.
sergeant. No, it
That's
ain't.
what it's
You
gonna
ain't
come
seen
to.
me steal nothing.
Then show me your receipt.
I will not.
Show me your receipt.
I won't.
If you took it without paying for it,
I don't steal. I don't steal.
Then all
I do not
all they
steal.
want to do is
I don't
not have you here.
steal. I don't steal.
Okay, then show me your receipt.
I won't do that.
Then show me your receipt.
I won't do that.
Why?
I won't do that because.
Do you realize you can go to jail for that?
Oh, I realize if I stole it, but I don't steal.
You're not cooperating.
I'm not cooperating because you ain't got no probable cause because they said something. Go watch the camera first.
Ma'am.
I'll walk back in there with you and go watch the camera. No, I'm upset because I see this every day.
I don't have access to the camera.
So how they gonna say I stole it? They didn't see me steal.
Ma'am, what is your name? What's your name? Come down. What's your name?
No, I see this every day.
Listen to me.
Every day.
Do you think I want any trouble right now?
But do you know how many people don't walk in that stuff while you out here bothering me and they're stealing?
Ma'am, they simply asked if you had a receipt. They didn't see you go through a register.
But why don't they go through all the registers and ask the people if they see me?
Ma'am.
Let's walk back in there.
Where's your receipt?
Come on, let's walk back in there.
Bring your receipt.
Let's walk back in there.
Do you have your receipt?
Let's walk back in there.
Just show me your receipt.
Because I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not letting you go back in the store. Is that your receipt from today?
It is, but I'm not showing because I ain't got no receipt. Y'all can't make me show nothing.
I can.
No, you can't.
Actually, I can, and you're not giving me your ID, so I can't prove that you didn't take anything.
No,
I don't know.
Anyways.
Why are we arguing about this?
Because y'all profile black people every day like that.
Everybody that shops in here is black. Everybody that shops in here is black.
No, everybody ain't.
Hold on, bro.
They is.
We
can profile anybody.
I see y'all up here every day bothering people.
I don't bother anybody.
Hold on.
Just show
I'll
me your
pause it.
receipt.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I don't like that everyone
Go ahead,
here
Elvis.
shop here. I don't like that everyone shops here black. Hold on, bruh. I don't appreciate that at all. Like, man.
Why though?
Like,
Most
I don't
people
know,
probably
bruh.
that shop at the store probably are black. Look.
I feel some kind of way about that, bruh. I just do. I just do.
All right. So, but what are your thoughts on what's going on with her so far?
I mean, I get why she's acting this way. I get it. But it's just like, man, just show the receipt. Just show the receipt. And all this extra stuff, it's over with. Because I mean, she's offering to go look at the cameras, right? So instead of doing all that, just show the receipt.
Mm-hmm. Show the receipt.
Facts.
And tell the officer, thank you very much. May I be on my way, please?
Facts.
And 100%. I'm gone. Why would I put myself in a predicament where the end result's going to be me defending something that didn't even happen?
Hey, I gotta say it. She probably stole something. That's the only reason why I could see her going off so like that. Like I
see her trying to prove a point. Like she's just fed up. I had enough. Maybe she's been harassed all the time, being followed in the store. I don't know. Like I said, Nzo, I'm not from there. All I know is when I'm in a store and someone's following me, I tell them, "You lost? Are you lost? Do I know you? What the fuck you following me for?" Because you get it. It's just life, man.
I get it.
It's just life.
I get it, right? But now you can avoid so much drama if you didn't do anything. All you had to do is show your receipt, and the cop would have said, "Okay, thank you. Have a good day."
That's not guaranteed,
right?
because sometimes you give them the receipt and then they're going to jump to another thing. Oh, your tail light's burnt. But this cop's being
respectful, though.
Untypical. That's all I can say.
Right.
If that's even a word.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So because this cop is being so, I would say, respectful, then I would have to assume that he's probably going to see that she didn't steal anything and let her go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
This happened in Jacksonville, Florida. She actually sued. Like from what I'm reading, she didn't steal anything. But it's like, look, like I said, man, I get it. I get, like, I get the false accusations and the trusting of the police. But like once you get to the point of let's go look at the cameras to prove that I didn't steal anything, it's like okay, just show the receipt.
Right. I agree. And the thing is, it escalates, right? So, like, I don't know if I'm gonna show the whole video, but
Because that makes absolutely no sense at all. I'm not going.
Can I see your receipt?
No, because if they sent you out here, that means they saw me steal.
They didn't see you go through a register
then, so
and pay.
why not do their protocol?
Step out of the car.
To go look on the camera.
Step out of the car. Step out of the car
I'm
and come
not
with me.
stepping out no car.
Then you're gonna go to jail.
But then you're gonna have to take me to jail.
Okay. Step out of the car.
I'm not stepping out no car.
Okay. You got all these kids in here. You left in here by yourself. Do you want me to push this further? Well, you went in the store.
They're not little kids.
Oh, they are little kids, and you left them all in the store. And what are you gonna do when you go to jail and they're all here? So I call DCF to come get them all?
My mama stay right around the corner.
Okay, so I don't have to call your mom to come get them. I can call DCF.
They my sister kids. They'll call her to come get her children.
Why don't you show me your receipt?
Because Publix and everybody in there.
Okay. Step out of the car.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
You have to step out of the car.
No, you have to call your sergeant or your lieutenant.
Come on.
you see, and for me, I'm just like,
No.
You're going to go to jail.
No, I'm not.
You're going to go to jail.
No, I'm
yes,
not.
you are.
No,
See,
I'm not.
Give me your receipt.
I'm not giving you my receipt.
Come on.
No, I'm
You're going
not.
to jail.
No, I'm not.
You're going to jail.
No, I'm
Creating
not.
this, Andre. This is almost like that other video, that
No,
kid.
I'm not.
Remember?
right?
You are
Yes.
going to jail.
No, I'm not.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
No, I'm not.
You're going to jail.
No, I'm not. Call your mama.
So choppy, but make a long story short, she ends up getting tased.
Better tased than shot.
Come on.
No, I'm not.
You're going to go to jail. I'm going to taser you.
True.
I'm going to taser you right here, right now.
Tase me.
Where's
I'm going to
Danny?
tase you right now.
Tase me.
Get out of
I don't know.
the car.
Tase me.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. You're under arrest.
It's just asking to be
You're under
tased.
arrest.
I'm under arrest for what?
Get out of the car.
I'm under arrest for what?
Turn around.
Call your mama.
Turn around right now.
What?
So yeah, that's what happens.
I'm under arrest for
Turn around right now for not cooperating.
cooperating.
Turn around.
I didn't steal.
Tasing you right now. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground right now. Get down on the ground. Put your hand.
And then she gets arrested. She ends up getting arrested, right?
That could have been all
I
avoided.
personally, yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? And I told Danny, I'm like, yeah, Danny got a cop video of cop tasing this woman, but I'm like, I kind of like, I think the cop's in the right on this one. Like, I can't even sit there and be like, no, the cop was wrong. I can't do it. She brought it on herself.
Uh-huh.
She
have to
brought it
agree.
on herself.
Have to agree.
yeah, they said
What do you think,
they said the
LB?
police they said the police officer acted accordingly. I mean, like I said, man, all she had to do was show the receipt. Like there's kids with you, all this stuff. Like all this other stuff it's a waste of time, like waste of money. Like if you know you did nothing wrong and you're offering to go look at the cameras, it's like, look here, man, just swallow your pride. I know you're upset that you're being falsely accused, but it's like, man, come on, just show the receipt. He'll I don't know this cop. Maybe he'll apologize. He seemed like he was nice, so show the receipt, move on. That's it, man. But like,
Chillmonger said, cop is way wrong.
Way wrong. Wow.
He's
That's harsh.
inventing reasons to arrest her. How do you justify the tase? Well, I mean,
Not getting out of the car.
at the end of the day, right? Like, he tried to be civil, you know, and he's telling like this, you can get arrested for not complying. Like, she was detained at that moment and she wasn't agreeing or wasn't doing anything that he was telling her to do. So
And he didn't call for backup.
I mean,
There's so many things that did not happen on this stop that normally happen to all walks of Black people's lives. Young,
Yeah.
old, strong, weak, all of them. There's never one cop alone. They call and they hear the call And they all come running. Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
So I mean, let's say the cop is wrong, so is he supposed to sit there for an hour, 2, 3? Show me the receipt. No. Show me the receipt. No. Get out the car. No. Like they're supposed to sit there all day, or just let her go. Like,
Yeah. Chillmonger says she did not steal.
yeah, she
you're
did not
right.
steal, and she should have showed the receipt. Simple.
I'm not participating in my own oppression. But that's the thing, though. Like, sometimes we cause this stuff on ourselves.
We're bringing it on ourselves. That's all it is.
Of bringing this on yourself. Because, like LB said, all you got to do is show the receipt. It's not that hard. Go in your bag, say, here's my fucking receipt. You could curse at them, too. Like, you want to see my fucking receipt? Here's my fucking receipt. There. You happy now? Look, I didn't fucking steal anything.
Car, right?
There were kids in the car as well. Yes.
What kind of example are you setting for these kids behaving like that? Those kids are going to do the same thing. Their ass is going to get beat. They're not going to get dealt with the same way because they're not women. If they're boys and they talk to the cops like that, you telling me that's the way it's going to end?
Chillmonger said, I'm fuming. You guys are all wrong. I don't know. I disagree. I don't think we're wrong, man. I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I get it, right? You get stopped. It's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Even when you're walking down the street, me and Roberto, we know we've been stopped just walking down the street, right? It happens. But
here's the thing. When a cop stops you, Nzo, and says, you stole from this store, you're under arrest. What do? Do you tell the cop, no, I didn't? Or do you tell the cop, I wasn't even in that store?
You know what I mean?
Because when you say that I wasn't even in that store, that's the truth, because you don't really have to think to say the truth. You have to think to say a lie. So when you say I wasn't even in that store, if that cop continues to harass you, he just wants you. There's nothing you could say or do. You're getting arrested. Now, this woman, sorry, Chillmonger, we don't know the other side because she didn't give us a chance to see it. She didn't, like, on the 17th time say, okay, I'm going to show it to you. And then we say, did she deserve that? She didn't do it at all. She resisted every attempt that officer made. So at what point is his actions justified?
So
Because more times than not, they're not.
So here's the situation. So from what Chillmonger saying, say for instance, okay, I don't have to prove my innocence. That lady don't have to prove this. Okay, so cop leaves her to go check the footage. She drives off. That's what could happen. You think she's going to sit there and wait for the cop to come back out? Like, man, look, like I said, I understand her frustration. No one wants to get pulled over by cops because we all know what can happen to us. You know, we all get a little defensive when we get pulled over by cops, stopped by cops for whatever reason.
Or someone just blurts out shit and all of a sudden we're the defendant.
Right. But it's like you offered to go look at the cameras.
Yeah. So if you're that sure of yourself, then just show the bill and avoid all of that and be on your way.
Exactly.
That's all that would have happened. You know what I mean? The receipt would have came out and cop would have said, okay, yeah, you're right. You didn't steal anything. You know, have a good day.
Did I tell you about that time I got pulled over? Me and a guy ran a yellow light. I went straight. The guy turned. The cop came after me. Mm-hmm. I go, why'd you pull me over? He goes, because you went straight.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, yeah, because I pretty much went through the light. Mm-hmm. So he gave me my ticket. He didn't take no points off of me. And he goes, I respect your honesty. What's wrong with being honest? I know it wasn't because I was black. So why would I throw that out there? To cause an episode? Is that a trump card to get you off of something?
What up, Danny?
No.
Chillmonger living by the
admit your guilt. Move on.
Drive off from the cop if you want to. Didn't we just play a video of somebody driving off from the cop last week?
Yeah. Yeah. And then they're getting out and running unarmed and getting shot. You know what I mean?
60 bullets.
Black people in the chat, do not listen to Chillmonger.
And that's what I'm
saying. Thank you, Danny.
So,
thank you for making your appearance, because one time, well, not one time, but this time
second or third.
Yeah, second or third, because it's hard to remember. We've been on the air almost 2 years now.
Bruh,
But yeah, we're celebrating, the attempt of a police officer to make a righteous collar or a righteous pullover or whatever you want to call it.
bruh, I'm just
Yeah.
imagining that scenario, bruh. Cop pulled me over. Oh, I heard I heard you were speeding through the parking lot. Bruh, I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. Wasn't no speeding. Like, you know what, cop? I'm out. Deuces. Yeah, we'll see what happens to me after that.
You know what I mean? For real.
But that don't even
Like,
sound realistic, bruh.
No,
we got to be honest about certain situations, and sometimes, like in this video, you could just avoid. She could have avoided being tased. She really could have, just by showing the damn receipt. That's it. You know what I mean? And if you got kids in there, you don't want to act a donkey. You want to show them. And then after you show the receipt, you could be like, you see what I'm fucking saying, kids? This is the bullshit that we got to go through, right? But at least I showed this fucking cop that I didn't do anything wrong and this and that and blah, blah, blah.
we don't really want to talk to the kids like that, but we get what you're saying.
I know, but you know what
See
I mean?
what I'm fucking saying, kids? These motherfucking cops and shit.
Well,
See-
depends on how
see-
old they are. You know what I mean?
Now, if this cop was a renter cop or one of the public's employees pulling up to my car with this mess, I'd be like, bruh, get out of here, man. Whatever. I ain't showing you nothing. That's when this receipt ain't getting shown. But like, come on, bruh. Like, this is
Right,
frustrating.
right.
Frustrating.
Right. It's not like it's a security guard. You know what I mean? Hey, you stole something. Yeah, well, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You go do
exactly.
your
Yeah.
fucking job.
Yeah.
Go back and
Totally
serve security
cop.
guard. I don't give a fuck what
Like,
you say.
bruh,
Yeah, exactly.
You still gonna get your hourly wage, and I'm still gonna get this stolen donut in my stomach in a few minutes. So go away.
You know what I'm saying? But this is like a
But
real.
you know what?
cop,
I'll
and-
tell you this. That time I did get caught stealing a Miracle. What was it, Miracle Mart? No, Pascal's.
Mhm.
Remember Pascal's? I told the
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
did you see me steal? He goes, no, but you were in that bathroom stall a long time trying to flush that box down the toilet.
Mhm.
So, like, it's a reflex to say, did you see me steal?
Yeah.
You're on the defense. That's why you could be right, Anzo.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Hold
she
on.
did steal
Chill
something.
wants to come in. Chill wants to come in. I'm gonna send you the
Here you
link.
go.
Chill.
Oh, he's that fired?
Chill. Yeah,
Right.
chill's fired. All right.
I
That's
saw
what we do here.
LOL.
We
I'm
bring the
saying.
fire.
Right. This
Check
just leave
check your
because
Twitter.
I ain't logical, bruh.
I want to hear this.
It ain't, bruh.
And Danny,
What up,
if you're
David?
still there, go back and watch the video. We show you like what happened and why we think that the cop was actually in the right. But Chillmonger is gonna come in and tell us why
Bruh. That
he
cop,
wasn't.
bruh. If she would have pulled off driving, that cop would have started shooting immediately.
That's what I was trying to say, Danny.
Like,
People
that would have
think
turned
that
into
what-
a much worse situation. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
You could shock them sometimes
yeah.
by not acting the way they think you're gonna act.
Right. And Danny said people can think whatever they want. Attitude is 90% of how officers handle a lot of situations. If you shove a lot of attitude, chances will increase your chances of negative experience. Absolutely. Chillmonger.
You guys remember
were
when
up, my
Ryan
friend.
Coogler, the director for the Black Panther, was arrested because he was just at the bank? Remember that time he was trying to just get a little bit of money? And we understood that the cop was told on a 911 call that there's a bank robbery. And we were like, I can see why the cop would go for his gun. Under the knowledge that he had, all he knew was black man wearing a mask was at the bank, could be a robbery. And he gets that call, and we understand that based on everything he knows, he's going to act accordingly. And I didn't think that it was too wrong. In this situation, the cop, what store was it? It was Target?
Publix in Jacksonville,
Publix,
Florida.
yeah.
We don't have Publix, so I'm not familiar with that.
No,
What do they
we
sell
don't.
at
Grocery store.
Oh, a grocery store. So at a Publix grocery store, this man is told, well, we didn't see her go through the cash register. And that's all the information he has. And he decides, oh, know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to enforce this to the fullest extent of the law. Like, this man is not in the right. The cop needs to say, well, if you guys can tell me right now that you actually saw her stealing it, not, I don't think that she went through one of the cash registers. Like, there's a difference between the two. If you have an actual, like, you know, hardcore proof or evidence and you're going off that, then shit, you're in the right. If not, then you just tell that store, go back to that store and say, no. What I'm not going to do right now is pursue this person on your behalf because of what you think they did. If you can tell me, if there's video evidence that it happened, if there's like an actual proof that you can go off of, cool, then I'm gonna, you know what I mean. But as soon as she says she's not gonna give you the receipt, that's good. She doesn't want to be complicit in the bullshit that's about to come, and she doesn't have to be. When he keeps asking, and she keeps telling you, no, I'm not gonna give you the receipt, then you as the cop gotta go, well, it's not like I have any foolproof evidence. It's not like when he was saying you're under arrest, she's like, for what? He didn't say probable or whatever the fucking the charges were, because he had nothing. And he definitely should have never tased her. Did she lunge at him? Did I miss that? Did she attack him or something? Was he in danger?
No, she didn't.
So it's just
He
okay
just
to
tried
tase
to
black
grab
women.
her.
I think he
tried to
She
grab
didn't
her,
comply.
and he slapped her hand away, and she didn't. Yeah, she wasn't complying with him. But you know what? You kind of convincing me a little bit, because I'm like, now that I think about it, yeah. So what? Someone could just say, hey, she stole something.
Are you
without
shocked?
any-
Well,
Are you
all right.
shocked?
So
No,
That's the way it is,
no.
guys.
okay, here's some more
That's the way it
context.
is.
Hold on. The police officer was working security at that Publix. It's not like they called the cops and then like that. So he was actually working at that Publix, and that's what
Guys.
we got notified of this.
What Danny said is 100% true. Regardless whether I stole or I didn't, you got to do the math. If I conduct myself in this manner, be it I'm right, what is the outcome? Because the outcome is the end result. I could be right with a busted face or wrong with no scars, but at least I could learn from that no scar moment and try and be right the next time. But to stand up against everything that's indifferent to you all the time, at some point you're crying wolf, because no one's going to stand up for you when you're justified like you think this woman is in this situation. It would have been so. Chillmonger, you do have a point, and I have to agree with both you and Anzo what you're saying. That a rant, like I said, just a rant could cause you to be questioned. There's no proof, but I'm not shocked by that. I've seen that many, many times. What I'm shocked is the way the officer conducted himself. He was pleading and begging with her in the beginning. Please, just give it to me. Could you just give it to me? Come on. It doesn't have to be this way. He was pleading and begging with her.
And he was in the wrong when he was pleading and begging.
But Chillmonger, I don't see that. And to me, that's a little bit of progress. A little bit. Maybe because it's a woman. Maybe because it's a woman. Because if that was a man, I don't see that happening. And then I would take your stance on that situation. I just think that that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Your opinion is like a defeatist mentality, like this cop or cops in general do have some sort of like authority over you.
They have to. No, they don't have authority.
Not when
they
you're
have a job to do. They have a job to do.
Yeah, the job to do was go back to the store and say, wait, so there's no video evidence here?
And then I jet.
Go out there because of your hunch?
But then I jet when he goes back to the store because she wouldn't even get out of the car.
Yeah, she wouldn't go out of the car because remember, she was in the right.
So he's going to go there by himself to check and leave me in the car alone. That's not procedure.
That's not realistic.
That's not procedure. Come on, Chillmonger.
If the procedure is prove to me, store, that she actually stole, and then I'm gonna go act accordingly.
Bring Danny on this thing, man.
Danny, you would.
Danny, if you were the cop.
Yeah, that's sure. That's a defeatist mentality of
yours.
No,
it's not.
All she has to do is prove
it's reality.
I don't have reality. It's reality because they're fucked.
That's not defeatist at all. If you
could use that language. We're adult here. Don't worry, Chill.
If you know you didn't do something, just show the receipt and keep it moving.
If I know I didn't do something, I'm not going to participate in my own oppression. If you're profiling
that's not oppression.
If I can't go to the store and shop without being suspected of stealing, I'm pretty sure that's not liberty. Like what do you call that?
I go to Walmart and I buy myself that little coconut chocolate bar, right? at the end, and I don't like to put that in the bag because it melts or it gets squashed, and I might forget it. So what I do is after I scan it, I put it in my pocket, and as I'm doing it, Chillmonger, it runs through my head saying, I'm sure there's some people thinking I'm stealing this shit right now, you know? But when I walk out, it's not going to beep. But I know because of who I am and my movements, they put the 1 and 1 equals 2. I can't change that.
Yeah.
They're ignorant and I can't change that. But I will stand up to it to an extent. If you're just a common foe, you got to fight. If you're a police officer, I have to do the pros and cons. I didn't come to spend an hour at fucking Walmart. Just let me show this guy my bill. Tell him, how you like that? Bam! See you, officer. And I leave there like, you know, leave there with my fucking strut, you know?
If we're talking about that as a way to, like, you know, you got the kids in the back and you want to just get the most peaceful experience out, then maybe, not maybe, 100% complying, showing that receipt, and then having that talk with them at the back and saying, you see, that's what we have to go through. That's
teach them a lesson. Teach them
like,
a lesson.
This is, and that was wrong that I had to do that. If like that is a true, like, I guess, path of least resistance. However, you don't have to. And if you want to take that,
you don't have to. But when you do that, then
you're causing
you can't really
more
control the
problems.
outcome, right?
No, you're not causing the problems. The cop is still causing the problems.
But when he's busting
just
your
because
head,
you're not just because you're not de-escalating the problem doesn't mean you're causing the problem. Let's not ever say that.
She's causing problems by
not causing the problem.
Yes,
he's causing the problem.
She's not showing. She's not showing the receipt. All she had to do was show the receipt.
That's not causing a problem. She already. Man. She does not.
See that person that stands up and is righteous all the time and is speaking the truth? That's the only person spending time in jail. You ever see that? Yeah. You're right. But that shit will get you in trouble, man, because you're the minority in your thoughts. That's the only thing, Showmonger. And it's about winning and losing. It's not about right and wrong anymore. So that's why I'm giving you this battle, trying to teach you that, not teach you, but show you more or less that this is the thought pattern now. And that way of thinking, which is logical to me, is not normal anymore. So rather than me have this argument and stick out and feel like I'm battling the world, I just blah, blah, blah. I go about my way. Not that it's right or wrong. Gives me a lot less stress, yo.
Black people, don't listen to Chillmonger. You will die.
He's talking to his U.S. people.
The same
in Canada, that might work.
When we know they aren't. But again, with the defeatist mentality, like, yeah, sure. But then that doesn't, like, what? Okay, so we're all saying that it's not right, that the cop was not right, correct?
He didn't have justifiable cause in his reasoning. That's what I'm saying.
There we go. Roberto, Nzo, I convinced you. It's your turn, LB.
No, but I said that in the beginning. On a rant, he just went up to her. I said that in the beginning. I don't know if it was caught. But I said just on a rant that he just went and questioned her. And that's so typical.
Well, I mean, based off the news story, he questioned her because a store employee said they did not see her walk out with a receipt. That's why.
Don't you put your receipt like straight into the bag?
Okay, no, this is the thing. I don't know how that Publix is up there. Yeah. But like there are some stores here where you have to show the person at the door your receipt when you're walking out.
That's Walmart. But it's not all the time though.
Right. So I don't know if that Publix does that or does not do that. I'm just saying, like, this is like, I understand fully why she's mad. I'm not denying that at all. But it's just like, okay, you want to walk back into the store with the cop to go look at footage, just show the receipt and keep it moving. Simple.
What you're saying is not logical. Like, whoa, didn't say that one there.
It is.
What you're telling me, if you're willing to go to these extents and wait and go to the camera and do all that stuff, then just show the receipt. You're just speaking on the like most easy way to solve the problem, or to solve his problem, because it is his problem, not her problem.
No, I'm not. This is what you do. You show the receipt, you keep it moving, you call the police department, whatever, you file a report, you do what you need to do. Mm-hmm. Hold these people accountable. But like all this other stuff that happened, like it didn't need to happen that way.
Yeah, he didn't need to go and do all that. Yeah, I agree.
No, don't you're not putting words in my mouth. No. Stop
No,
it.
she didn't need to be tased. If she had shown the bill, she wouldn't have got tased, right? It didn't need
Yeah.
to come to that.
If he wasn't a weak man who's like, well, when people don't listen to me, I need to pull this trigger and tase somebody. That wasn't justified.
Well, hold on,
Tasering somebody.
Chillmonger, hold on. Do you ever watch U.S. news, or do you know the current news? What's going on in the U.S. with police officers and black people in particular? Like
Yes.
even
not
putting your
justified.
hands on the steering wheel, your hands in the air, your hands behind your back, all these measures could still get you killed. So why would you argue something so simple? We don't even know the cost. She might have went in there to buy milk. She got fucking zapped because she had to prove a point that
Because
she did not
he
steal.
was
No.
weak. That's why she got zapped.
But when a cop comes to you, you have to prove otherwise. That is life.
If you were a cop, would you have tased her? No.
I don't know because
You would
I'm
not
not
have
a cop.
tased the woman for not
I
showing.
know this. When you're in a position of power and someone challenges you, it's almost like you have money. You change, man.
Mhm.
Listen, you're not going to belittle me. I got to show these punks on the corner that when I talk, people's listen. What? You ain't listening, bitch?
And
I'll shock women. I'll shock everybody. Then I'm the bad guy in the corner, right? I've seen that.
You're a jobless police officer too.
No, these guys stay
but
hired and they move from corner to block, at least up here.
And let's be real, right? If he's working in the store and a teller says, "Hey, I don't think that woman paid for her stuff," he's gonna
running.
have to investigate.
He's running. That's his job.
What's he gonna say? Well, oh no, okay, well, because you don't
investigate.
know, she did it.
He took his investigation to the furthest length that he could. He approached her, he requested a receipt, and that's as far as he can go because it's not like they said we watched her stealing.
Hold up. You don't know the laws that goes on in that area or that district or the state or none of that. So
America's not this weird foreign place that.
No, but every place isn't the same. So you don't know what the rules and the regulations of that area. So you're assuming things right now.
I'm surprised Danny ain't begging to come on here.
So when I listened to the cop in that video, he didn't tell her what those special rules and regulations that may have justified his actions were, because she kept saying what for. He would never answer why she was being arrested. I'm sure that guy, if he knew the rules and their rules existed, he would have let us know.
You know, I only wish that majority of the topics that we talked about involving police ended the way this one ended.
As opposed to death.
I only wish, because every time we watch those fucking videos, we always say, why didn't they just tase him? Why didn't they just tase her or him or whoever it was, black, white, Asian, doesn't matter. Why didn't they just use their taser? No. This one uses a taser, and we're still ragging on him. This woman could at least live to argue another day. You know what I mean? Poison those kids' mind.
And have her
those
day
kids,
in court, right?
I know if I was one of those kids in the back of the car, I want to kill police. You zap my mom or you zap my auntie.
Yeah.
What? I want to kill you. That's just a bad situation altogether. She totally didn't think that one out, man. And he even told her, you got kids. They made my kids. Them are my nieces.
No. Well, where's the humanity in this cop? Oh, there appears to be children here. This is the one giving care.
Daddy's worse than me. Daddy's worse than me.
How about I don't provide a traumatic experience to these young folks here with this woman who I have no evidence actually stole?
Yo, did you not see that brother who got capped in his
car
with his kids in the backseat?
You can tell me the cops are evil?
Don't forget.
What was that guy's name who got shot in his car with the kids in the back?
Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
I also want to put it out there. She also refused to show ID.
Is that wrong?
Yes, in the state of Florida, you have to have ID on you. It's required.
Look how long it took you to get there. Okay, cool.
What you mean? I was just reading over the story again. You know, just to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay, we got her. She refused to show identification.
I mean, Brett, like. You're defending like a simple solution, bro. Like sure he could have went back into the store and checked the footage, and she would have been out of there. And then that's a whole other issue there.
And it's funny, right? Because usually it's like, yo, yeah, I can't believe the cop did that. But now we're like, well, she could have
Because
avoided it. Just
also, it
fucking.
doesn't fucking normally happen like
Like,
this.
no, seriously though.
This
All right.
is so
You have the
rare.
patience
So
of a saint.
no, seriously. If he would have went back into the store and checked the footage, what do you think she would have done?
Should have rolled off. Should have
She
left.
could have left. She could have stayed. Either way, she was innocent. I don't
No,
care.
I'm
Innocent
asking.
people can drive off.
No.
I
No,
don't know. I don't. She looked like I don't know her. She
I'm
could have stayed and she
I'm
could have went.
asking. What do you think she would have done?
Because I don't know her, I don't think which one or the other. Yes, she could have left as a possibility. Sure,
Okay, so if she left, what do you think is going to happen after that?
they
Nothing.
would have discovered that she didn't actually steal because he's going back to the store to see the footage.
But Killmonger, let me ask you.
No,
I'm sure
man.
you're employed. I'm sure you have conditions at your work. What if some random person caused you to do something at your job that can possibly get you fired? Would
You
you
guys
do
are gonna
that?
send me a link right as soon as you guys are done this stream. I'm gonna hop back on and I'll give you guys a story. Okay,
All
a
right.
real life
Why,
story.
it's too deep?
No, I don't like talking about personal life because you asked me a work question, right? I don't like talking about work on YouTube
Okay.
and stuff, but
Okay.
like you'll get it.
Well, just hypothetically speaking, would you let a stranger
Mhm.
control the outcome of your future?
Would I let a stranger control the outcome? No. When you put it like that, no.
Well, to that police officer, she is a stranger, right? And I'm not justifying his means, but a police officer has rules to apply. Either call for backup or hold the person until the outcome is
The
solidified.
resolution.
Now, if he went inside to look at the videos without her being by his side, he'd lose his job. Because I would bet my fucking salary that woman is jetting. I ain't staying here. He ain't got nothing on me. She's gone. He comes out now. The fucking manager in the store is watching out the window. My boy's fired now.
And all I know, I ain't trying to hear all this righteous moral stuff. I know if I'm getting pulled over by a cop and they request some information, I'm giving it to them because I'm not trying to be a statistic. Simple as that. I ain't trying to
Because the cops are evil people who are trigger happy, right, LB?
Look.
That's why.
look. I'm not
Just
like
say
I
that.
said. Like I said,
Like, admit
I'm
the
not
problem is these
trying to
cops.
be a statistic.
Admit that the problem is that cops are violent. I was leaving anyways. But I don't want to leave on that note, but you guys gotta do that though.
All right.
I see Daddy's having a seizure over there. What?
Except for Comic Chat, he's the best cop in the world.
Absolutely.
He knows how to.
Thanks for popping in, Shell.
Peace out,
If
Joe.
a crime is being committed
Good
and
night.
possibly the officer has the right to detain the person until
I
they
even
find
know
out
that.
what happened.
Even I know that.
He
I
was
mean-
doing an investigation stop, right?
I
Danny
mean,
saw
bruh.
that video. Oh, go ahead, LB.
No, I was just gonna say, in a perfect world, we want police to be 100% great, perfect, and all of that stuff, but we ain't there yet. So until we get to that point where I doubt it will happen in my lifetime, we need to know how to deal with them and all that stuff. And I'm not bringing up causing problems out of nothing. Like, no, we're not there yet.
I agree with you 100%. And if it's a situation where we can avoid being tased or even being arrested and having the kids have to watch you being handcuffed, right, and put into a back of a car, no telling what the cops are going to do, if they're going to let the mom come and take the kids, or they're going to call child services. Like, all that could be avoided by just showing the fucking receipt. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said many times, I get her frustration, I get her anger, like I feel it, I understand it. I've been there, done that, but it's just like, man, just show the receipt, man. Go home, go home, go home
Facts.
and
100%.
go home and enjoy your Publix chicken, bro. That's all.
100%.
It's sad, man. It's really sad.
I agree. And I think, like, sometimes there's just some times where if you can avoid it, you do it. You may think that you're being wronged, right? At the end of the day, she probably was being wrong, right? Because she didn't steal anything. But you show your receipt, you have a positive attitude. Yeah, here you go. You don't even have to have the positive attitude. You just show your receipt. Once you show the receipt, and there's nothing they can do because you didn't steal anything.
But
You
what's
know.
complying? You teach your kids to comply. Don't resist. Comply. They ask you for your ID. Show your ID. It's procedure. They need to know who you are, regardless if you did anything or didn't. If you're innocent, you shouldn't be there long. If you behave yourself properly, you shouldn't be there long. But there are some asshole police officers who are going to do it regardless of how you conduct yourself. You just hope that you don't run into them. That's all. But if you conduct yourself accordingly and that happens, then you have just cause, man.
Yeah.
But you give them a reason to stomp on you, trust me, there's multiple charges following that.
Yeah, man. Like, she could have handled that a whole different way, bro. Like, she could have showed the receipt and then look, man. She could have like she did. She contacted Benjamin Crump, the attorney, civil rights attorney. She contacted him about the situation. She could have did the same thing if she would have showed the receipt and kept it moving. That she got racially profiled. Yeah.
I'm curious to know how many charges she ended up with. I bet you there's 4 or more. Obstruction. Resisting.
Let me see.
Excuse me.
Let's see.
Danny said, "It's what I tell my son all the time. Do not challenge the police on the side of the road. If it's fucked up, I will handle it. Getting home safe and sound is the objective." You see,
yes,
and 100%, Danny. But
police officer, Dad.
I don't have a police officer father that can handle the situation for me. You know what I mean? Like some of us don't have that. But I do agree with you. You handle the situation later, like you said. You show your receipt, you go home, and then you call the NAACP or whoever you got to call and be like, listen, I got racially profiled. They said I stole something at the store. They didn't even see that I stole something. They just assumed I did. I showed my ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
but even, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say don't. Oh, you just put that comment up just for anybody that think I ain't pro police. Don't get it twisted. I'm not rocking a Blue Lives Matter badge.
Yeah, I'm pro Danny. I'll say that. I'm pro Danny, but
Danny will pull up on me.
You know what I mean? But other than the rest of them, I don't know. You gotta question them. But like I said, man,
there are
get
a few
videos
good
like
cops
this.
out there.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
But you have to admit there are assholes too, Danny. And until you admit that part, you're gonna hear it, man.
He's a damn LV, and I can't wait to hear his comment when he hears what Roberto just said. But I agree. Yeah, there are some assholes.
There's
out
assholes
there.
in all walks.
Yeah,
all walks.
For sure, hands down. But this cop didn't give me the asshole vibe.
He didn't give it to me either.
If he had come out and was like, "Hey, you stole something. Show me your receipt right now," and had this type of like attitude, then I could be like, yeah, you're gonna get the same attitude that you give off, right? But if you're coming at, hey man, listen, I know, but they said you did this. Can I just see your receipt to prove that? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, here's my receipt. I'd be like, I didn't fucking steal anything, but here's my receipt.
Nope, don't show the receipt and drive off, like Chillmonger say.
Yeah, right. Then you're getting shot up, and he tried to run me over, and I had to pull out my weapon and shoot like 60, 70 times.
That only happens on Beverly Hills 90210. Not in Jacksonville, Florida, bruh.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
Trust me, man. I saw some shit in Florida that blew my mind. The cop said, "Put that bottle down." The guy said, "Excuse me." Before he finished his sentence, he was a pretzel on the floor. Backup came. He was gone like garbage. I was like, what? Oh, shit. I ain't drinking nothing over here, man.
You know what I mean?
And you know what, Nzo? I was looking for weed on that boardwalk too, man.
Yeah, but
never again.
Never.
I scared them. I turned white, yo. I fit right in. I turned white.
Yeah. Like, nah, I don't think I need to smoke today. I'll wait till I get back to Montreal. Right?
Exactly.
But
No, I ended up getting
that's
some, but it was even more fucked up, that situation that I went through.
I said, I admit that, Roberto, but you got to put in the same context as all the stereotypes about black people, men in particular. Some of the things they say about blacks is bullshit. Same with cops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you, Danny. I hear you, bro.
I
But
don't.
when you're on
I don't think
videos, it's a
that.
little different.
I don't think that comment went over well with the panel, Danny. Did you hear
Hey,
that?
I
Like,
said
yeah.
I hear you, Danny.
Yeah, but you see, when these blacks, they're not always acting or bit misbehaving, and when they are, they're not taking a life. If they take a life, then I'm gonna say, okay, they deserve the outcome they get. But when they're not taking a life and they're losing their life, it's a little different. I don't think that comparison could be made.
Yeah.
There you have it.
There's a different authority of power in this situation. You know, we can never be above you guys. So you should have joined the panel, Danny, because it's gonna be hard to text all of that to defend. Unless you're a part-time
Danny,
secretary.
Danny's gonna only have one comment. Fuck Roberto. I'm done with
Oh
this
yeah,
show.
that's played out. I had that many times, man. How many episodes I saw that? Let's see now.
I said, you just said earlier, Roberto, that it pisses you off when people speak for black people. That is what I think about cops as well.
Well,
I don't know, because if that black guy said, you know what, there's some black people who don't think like me, but most black people think like me, I'll be saying, yeah, I'm those some people. You know, but there's not enough cops for me to say some cops. That's why it seems like I'm always bashing cops. Am I wrong, Anzo? Because when a cop does a good thing, do we not celebrate it on here too?
Oh,
We just
absolutely.
don't get the footage. Now, don't blame us. Blame social media. We're only working with the material we got. But it is what it is, Danny.
And usually the material we get is not too much in favor of the
Not
police
cop friendly.
officer.
It's not cop friendly. Even though we try and bring you on and get a different perspective, it's hard,
mean,
man.
Absolutely.
I think most people would say most cops aren't bad, but
What?
but
In what community?
but no. I'm saying like I'm trying to explain. Like, I would say that most don't think that most are bad, but
Hell no,
there are way too many that are bad, so it overweighs the ones that are good.
That's what I'm trying to say, LB. I'm trying to say it in a diplomatic way. But maybe we need it your way with a hammer. Just get to the point. Man, more you are dirty than not. That's why.
Hey, read that comment, bro.
Yeah, I said y'all need to go and ride
That's why I
with the
said, hell
police
no.
where you at just one night and see what we deal with.
Nope, absolutely
I
not.
can't ride
You
with
know.
somebody who's fearing for their life. Because how am I going to fear for
And
mine if they're the one I'm with?
and they would go, right? And they would go to a crime scene where a black man is the suspect, and they'd arrest me because I'm in the back there. Like, hey, it was you, this guy, you know? I was
Bruh.
with you all day. Doesn't matter. It
Bruh.
was a black guy.
That cop ain't gonna catch some PTSD and shoot me for sitting in the passenger seat with him.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Either they're gonna say, "Why weren't you arrested? You're a rat." All kinds of things will be coming my way. Either way, the outcome is bad.
You know, and you know the cops here, they'd be like, "Yeah, you want to come on a ride along? All right," and then they drive you through the hood. You know what I mean?
And they start pointing and shit. They start pointing, and you're like, "What? Why are they pointing at people?"
Bruh,
Hey, I'm not telling.
hey, the cop,
You got moved out of your hood.
the cop will take you to your hood where you grew up at and like wave to your people, like trying to show that you
Yeah,
cool with them.
absolutely.
Like, nah, bro.
Absolutely.
Call out your name. Hey, Anzo. See you later tonight, huh?
You know. Thank you for the ride along. It was good to have you. Anytime you want to come ride along with us again.
Label. You don't want that label.
Can't even go back to the hood no more, bro. They think you an
You gotta
informant.
move.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
You a
definitely
CI,
can't
bro.
Go back. Mhm.
I can't believe Danny said
Everybody
that.
be looking at you, say.
I bet you guys pull up 6 cop cars, offer free rides in the hood. You guys never move from that corner. I bet you right now. But you go in the suburbs, you guys will be busy. Hit your
Right.
sirens. They be having so much fun in your car, man, because
Right,
they know they're getting back.
That wouldn't even cross my mind. Go on a ride along with a cop.
Never. I did that once.
Yeah, I mean,
I did that once, and I almost ended up in jail. Remember that time I told you as I was coming from St. Kevin's playing basketball? I was walking down the Gary. Cops came up. You mind being in the lineup? I said, I just finished playing basketball. Then you got nothing to worry about, they said. I said, you know what? They're right. Okay. Just to show them that I'm a peaceful brother in the hood, you know? I get in the lineup and they make 3 people leave and keep me and 2 others.
So you
I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I was playing basketball. I told them.
You let the police oppress you. You with
Yes.
your defeatist attitude.
Yes. Fucking enlightened me. I woke up. I said, never again. Lucky I did it at a young age.
You were like, I'm not doing no lineup. I didn't do anything wrong.
I had faith in them, man. You know, they weren't doing anything to me yet. I wasn't in that stage where they needed to worry about me.
Man.
And you know what's funny? I can imagine you're standing in the lineup and you're seeing 2 people go, and you're like, what? Yo, what the fuck?
It's like the Seinfeld episode with Kramer.
Like,
remember that show with Kramer?
Yeah.
I felt just like that, man. Like, what the fuck? How did this happen?
That gotta be the worst feeling. Like,
Yo,
you know for a fact you
I
did
almost had a
nothing
heart
wrong,
attack
bro.
right there, LB. My shit was getting weak. I was sweating. I said, fuck, stop sweating. You look even more guilty.
Bruh, the cops knew you
Holy
did nothing wrong,
shit.
bruh. The cop knew you did nothing wrong, but the suspect still got you
Oh.
standing there.
They loved it. They must have fucking popcorn behind that mirrored glass just fucking giggling. Look at that guy. I'm sure he has a fucking skid mark on his underwear. I'm sure.
Man.
and you be eyeballing the people that leaving too, right? And you're like, that motherfucker looks like he killed 2 people, and
He
fucking
looks
here.
nothing like me on top of that. What the fuck? I look nothing like these guys. I'm telling you, I thought I was safe, yo. I look nothing like these guys.
Man.
I was high yellow. They were all a little mocha, you know?
That's hilarious. Yeah, I remember back in the day, one of my brother, they climbed up on him and they asked him to be in the lineup, and he said no. And then when he came home to my parents, they're like, yeah, you damn right, because he was like almost gonna go, and they're like, no, don't you ever fucking go for no lineup. They ask you want to be in the lineup, you say hell to the fucking no. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's what you do. I would have been like,
I had a true life experience, you know? And I can tell anybody that wants to
learn.
Don't fucking do it. Don't
He's
do it.
shaking my head. Hey, you learn from those mistakes. I would tell anybody, I'm like, yeah, no, you don't do that.
Danny, he'll put you in a lineup talking about he's doing it for training and then troll you, bruh. Make sure the person pick you.
You know, it's the light skinned one there with the glasses.
Yeah.
It was him,
Yeah,
right?
It looked
No,
like
it was him.
No, I don't think it was him. No, it looked like him. Just look a little bit harder.
But you know, back in the day, they just want to catch you with even if they catch you with fucking a bag of seeds, they just want to get you in the system. These fucking cops were driving around in a minivan with their side door open, driving through the hood, just taking pictures of everybody. And then one day I happened to be at station 25. What is it, 25? No. Yeah, 25.
And they have everybody.
Fucking the whole wall was. I was like, holy fuck! There's it's like picking off like at least 30, 40 guys on there, man. All kinds of shit written beside their heads.
If you used to like chill in the hood, go to the park, like a lot of the black people used to hang up in the parks over here. You know what I mean? Chilling in the parks, playing dominoes. If you were in those parks, your definitely picture was up on that wall, hands down, hands down. You know what I mean? So
we were chilling on Plomadon, right in the corner of Plomadon and the Gary in that guy's front yard, and they fucking turned, stopped on the corner. We heard their camera with a fucking long ass lens.
Yo, we were chilling in the back there one time, right? We just chilling. We were there all day. All day we were there. And the cop car pulled up, rolled past, and they did the stop, you know what I mean? And then the reverse.
The double
They
take.
came out the car. Yeah, they came out the car and were like, "Okay, you guys are all under arrest." Like nothing else. You guys are under arrest for what? You know what I mean? And I had some Haitian cats in my building, man, and they ran, told my dad, and I never seen my dad run outside so quick. You know what I mean? And then he gets out there and they tell him, "Oh, bus driver got beat up," and so my dad's like, "They were here all day. Like they didn't move from this spot, so maybe you should like find somebody else." You know what I mean? And they ended up letting us go. But if my dad never came out that moment, we all would have been arrested, and we didn't do shit. You know what I mean? None of us did shit. We were sitting in that back
Guns pointed
all
at
day
me enough
laughing.
times. Mistaken
Oh
identity
yeah, for
bullshit.
sure. Mm-hmm.
Right in front
Fit
of
the
my house.
description. Fit the description. You fit the description. Like what fucking description? Being black? That's the description I
Right.
fit. Because
Yeah,
that's the only one I could fit. You know what I mean?
it's so fucking stereotypical, man.
I said, "Oh my god, what the hell?" Yeah, I know, Danny. You know how we do. You know how we do.
I
We
imagine
can
I
end the
imagine
show.
Danny saying OMG. OMG.
It's like, listen, man. I am done with Nzo. I am done with Roberto. Fuck the O.O.C. These cop hating motherfuckers. I ain't never going back on that show.
Bruh, I'm gonna have a jelly donut and just for you, Danny tomorrow.
Hey man, I said I would love to send Danny a box of deli donuts to his department. You know what I mean? Just send a bunch of donuts. Here, Danny, this is
Hey,
for you
make
from
sure
Big
you don't
Afford Entertainment.
make sure you don't leave a return address, bruh.
Yeah, I know, right? Because Danny, he don't like eating donuts on the job, so I would love to get that
Yo,
picture.
we were
I think
begging him to come on the show tonight. Begging him.
Yeah, bruh.
we gotta get a Photoshop of Danny eating some donuts.
We were like semi pro cop tonight, bruh. And
You
Danny didn't
know?
want to show up.
Yeah, I know. We were like on your side tonight, Danny. You know what I mean? We were like, yeah, man, the cop was on the right. Chillmonger came in, started talking his crap. You know what I mean? He was on, but we were like,
Bruh.
It's crap.
I don't know what bro was
our
talking
police
about.
brothers.
Bro was talking some QAnon stuff there, bruh.
Yeah.
But that QAnons.
He was the oppressor. He was killing me.
Like, bruh, what bruh, did you
Like,
just
man, you
watch?
sound like you want to be in jail.
Like, bruh, did you just
You
watch
know?
Do the Right Thing or something, bruh? Like, what's going on over there? he was wearing a kufi and all, bruh.
Oh shit.
CLB,
Chillmonger, he's all right, man. He's a good guy.
I don't eat no damn donuts in uniform, just the buttholes like y'all. Hey, we know, Danny. That's why we want to send you the
Right.
donuts, man.
I ate half a box
send
of
you some
donuts.
Krispy
yesterday. Half
Kremes,
a
Danny.
dozen, bro. Half a
We'll
dozen.
send you
Whole
the
box in
best,
like
like a
2
dozen
hours.
roses, Krispy Kreme, double fill.
I don't know, man. If I was a cop, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, hey, man, donuts are fucking good. You want to send me some donuts?
Bruh.
I eat
Fire.
donuts
Hey.
in my fucking uniform.
It's not like they run after people anymore.
Right. Y'all just shoot.
You like that? You like that low blow? Whoop, right? You help you.
Eat all the donuts you want, Danny.
Shit. They need
Oh,
longer
fuck,
cords
guys.
on those tasers because they're too slow. That's why they're pulling out their dogs. Just get a longer string on the taser. Let it shoot like 200 yards and shit. Save some lives.
Hey, but that lady, I'm
They don't
happy,
want to save our lives.
Like, even though she got tased, I'm happy she managed to go home. That's what
But
I'm
you
happy
hear the
about.
shit she was
Absolutely.
muttering out when she got tased? Oh shit, why did I do this? I should have showed that fucking receipt. I think I heard that. I think I heard that. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
probably thinking it, that's for sure.
And when she went home, all of her family members told her that.
Bruh, I can't stop thinking about the scenario of, hey, I'm not showing no receipt. Just pulling off, bruh. That chillmonger logic. Like,
You
nothing's
know?
gonna happen, bruh. I'm gonna go home and watch The Young and the Restless and keep it moving.
Yep.
All right, guys, we hit the 12 o'clock mark, so we will close it down for the night. It was a great show. Glad everybody came in to pop up.
Sorry, we're short.
Everybody that was in the chat. Yeah,
But
hey, man, it is what
the
it is.
slipper's gonna change real soon. That's why, you know.
Hey man,
Cinderella
you know what I
midnight.
mean? So gotta get up at early time in the morning. So you gotta
Fucking
do what
right,
you
yo.
gotta do. Big O Show, Mads Mama Bear, Perp Minded, Mystic Shadows, Tony Robinson, Angela sells homes. I don't know why I said Angelica again, but I got it right that time.
She liked it.
Cousin T was in the house.
She
She
sells
did.
good.
Mystic Shadows. Who else? Who else we got up in here? K-Dots was in the house.
We're gonna send some
Entertainment
love to the
today.
widow who still loves you.
Ashley. Hey man, I hope she was still watching, but it is
You
what it
guys
is.
have been playing tennis 2 shows in a row now, huh? The last time
I'll
she
holler
here,
at her later.
you guys were McEnroe and Sampras, and this time you're Agassi and you got. Hey, it's fire though. I like it. I like it.
We do.
Sit back
We
and
do
grab
what
my
we gotta
popcorn.
do. I go back with LB too, cause all the bullshit. But
I
hey,
haven't seen
man,
that.
that's what we
Not on
do
this
here,
show.
huh? Well,
I
today I
haven't
was
seen
going
it
with
on this
both of
show.
them. I was going with both of
No, it's
them.
more
Both of
Ashley.
them. Both of them.
LB
Well, more
LB was
her,
liking
but
it too.
You
LB
hurt
was
my
trying to get his
feelings.
things in there. LB was trying to get his things in there, but you got to cut LB off real quick. You know what I mean? Just cut him off. Boom. Say what you got to say, and then do what you got to do. No, just kidding. But yeah, man, it's great. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We all have different views on certain things, and it is what it
Yes.
is. LB, shout out your channel though.
Hey man, appreciate you having me on again. It was a fun time and some strange things happened tonight. But hey, it is what it is. My channel's called the
Those
Lonely
are the
Banter
best
people.
ones, yo.
Yeah, man. I enjoy these different debates and stuff. But yeah, my channel's
Always
called the
good.
Lonely Banter. Check me out if you enjoyed me tonight. I talk about a lot of different things.
Absolutely, Roberto. At
I
least
ain't got
shout out
nothing to say,
yourself.
yo. I'm
We know.
here Wednesday night.
Cricket Crew knows.
I don't know if I'm still on Daddy's show anymore when it comes back, but yeah, cricket love. Cricket love.
Hey, you need
Actually, yeah,
a
you
donut
are.
stream.
You are, and LB will probably be invited because I didn't know he knows sports, but he knows some sports stuff. So hey, come in there and we'll talk some shit because I've
It's
been
gonna be a
watching a
nice
few
year for
videos.
me. It's gonna be a nice year
Is
for
it
me because
why?
I ain't got no team. I could shine on
Uh,
everybody.
yeah, or you can come and join the real team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see, but not to jump on sports because I know we got to go out and shit, but I can't really jump on a team that has success. I have to come out on a team that a potential,
I
like a
feel you.
Cincinnati or
I
the
feel you.
Chargers. But the Chargers,
I
their
feel
shit's
you.
ugly, man. I can't fucking Charger wear. That shit's ugly, man. What a fucking black hat with a lightning bolt going across. What's that? I
I
was
feel
thinking
you,
more
and I
Cincinnati. Cincinnati's it's hard, yo.
and I agree with you too. Because most of the teams, whenever I became a fan, it's because they lost to a team that I fucking hated. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, okay, yeah. So it's
That's what
usually
I
that's
became
what
a fan of
happens.
Washington when Dallas was fucking romping on them back in the 70s.
Hey,
And
Anzo,
Pittsburgh was our
do you have
dynasty
a
too.
favorite Super Bowl moment? Absolutely, I have a Super Bowl moment. Um, it was the the catch, the Steelers catch Santonio Holmes in the end zone to win it against the Arizona Cardinals. That is my Super Bowl moment. Tippy toes, catches it, wins the Super Bowl. That's my moment. Absolutely.
My Super Bowl moment was Dorkwood missing the field goal for the Buffalo Bills. I'll never forget that Super Bowl, man. That was fucking because my brother's a fan of the Bills, and that was his
Uh-huh.
closest chance, yo. What was it, 20
Uh-huh.
yards?
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
that guy
Yeah.
had to
And it
leave
was
Buffalo. He got death threats. That was my
yeah,
memorable Super Bowl.
19-20, and he missed it. What about you,
Yeah,
LB?
The Super Bowl when the Bucks played the Raiders and Derek Brooks got that pick six on Rich Gannon when we beat them by like 30 points. That was what
So
Super Bowl.
LB won't be back no more. All right, because I was a Raiders fan at that time, and I fucking despise Gruden. He's a fucking traitor. Traitor. He's a traitor. He fucking gave Tampa Bay all of the Raiders plays. They even have a fucking clip of Warren Sapp saying,
Hey.
"Yeah, they're doing everything he said they would do." Fuck him.
That's not John Gruden fault. That's your head coach fault, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, the head coach was actually like he was under Gruden, so he's not going to change anything around. And you had the best offense of all times at that year against the best defense, and of course, the
Yeah,
defense is going to win when they know all your fucking plays.
bro. It don't matter,
Yep.
bro. That the Raiders stood no chance, bro.
Yeah, whatever. Well, with that being said, guys, we are closing it out. Peace, love, and hair grease. We'll see you next week. Peace.